China is one of the areas where civilization developed the earliest. It has a recorded history of approximately 5,000 years. More than 1,000,000 years ago, primitive human beings lived on the land now called China. About 400,000 to 500,000 years ago, the Peking man, a primitive man that lived in the Zhoukoudian southwest of Beijing, was able to walk with the body erect, to make and use simple tools, and use fire. 6,000 to 7,000 years ago, the people living in the Yellow River Valley supported themselves primarily through agriculture, while also raising livestock. More than 3,000 years ago, these people began smelting bronze and using ironware. In China, slave society began around the 21st century BC. Over the next 1,700 years, agriculture and animal husbandry developed greatly, and the skills of silkworm raising, raw silk reeling, and silk weaving spread widely. Bronze smelting and casting skills reached a relatively high level, and iron smelting became increasingly sophisticated. The Chinese culture flourished as a great number of thinkers and philosophers emerged, most famously Confucius. In 221 BC, Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of the Qin dynasty, established a centralized, unified, multinational feudal state. This period of feudal society continued until after the Opium War in 1840. During these 2,000 years, China's economy and culture continued to develop, bequeathing a rich heritage of science and technology, literature, and arts. The four great inventions of ancient China, papermaking, printing, the compass, and gunpowder, have proved an enormous contribution to world civilization. Chinese civilization peaked in the Tang Dynasty, when Tang people traded with people all over the world. This is why Chinese residing overseas often call themselves Tangren, or the people of Tang. In 1840, anxious to continue its opium trade in China, Britain started the Opium War against China. After the war, a big foreign power forcibly occupied concessions and divided China into spheres of influence. Thus, China was transformed into a semi-colonial, semi-feudal society. In 1911, the Bourgeoisie Democratic Revolution, also known as the Xinhai Revolution, led by Sun Yat-sen, abolished the feudal monarchy and established the Republic of China, therefore starting the modern history of China. In 1949, Chinese Communist Party established the People's Republic of China, driving Kuomintang Party to Taiwan Island. In 1978, China adopted the open door policy, ending the 5,000-year history of self-seclusion.
Tracy, how do you say your last name in Chinese?
Fan.
Fan?
Fan.
Fan? What is your name? It's good.
My name is Chris.
Chris?
Yeah, but my Chinese name is Liu Yue.
Chinese name is what?
Liu Yue.
Liu Yue.
Yes.
So you said you're from China, right?
Yes.
Where at in China?
Southwest part.
Southwest part?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not a big city, so you won't know that.
Really? So it's you're like in a real small area then?
It's not very small, but it's a small city. It's not like the capital city.
It's not like a capital city or anything? Which city in China are you from?
My hometown is Chongqing.
Chongqing?
Yeah, it's in west south of China.
Okay. Alright. Do you have brothers, sisters that live with you?
I'm the only child.
Only child, mom and dad? And you guys all live together?
Yeah, we have the one child law in China. So.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. What languages do you all speak? Obviously Chinese, English,
Yes.
right? Is that
Yes.
speak any other
That's all.
languages or just those two?
No, I hope I can.
Hey, you want to eventually?
Yeah, I want to.
That'd be cool. Do you notice how we all kind of talk different, even though we have the same language, like our dialect, how it kind of differs from person to person?
Yes, we have different dialects in China. Like the south part is very different. They speak different dialects, so I couldn't understand them.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what a dialect is, right?
Yeah, I know.
Does everybody from China kind of have the same dialect, or are there a bunch of like different?
There are different dialect. Yeah, especially in the south of China. Yeah.
South China has like a lot different dialect.
A
lot of different ones.
Yeah, and I can understand.
Can't understand a lot
most
of
of
them.
them.
Okay. My name is Dylan. Can you say that in
Maybe
Chinese
it's
for us?
Duan.
Dylan. My name is Dylan. How would I say that in Chinese?
Like a Douwen.
Dolan.
Yeah.
What about Steven? Can you pronounce his name in Chinese?
史蒂夫
Stifu? That's awesome. Is everybody in your family Chinese?
Yes.
Okay. So, is everybody in your family Chinese?
Yep.
And are you the only one out of your family that is living here in the U.S.? Okay, they all
Yes.
still live in China.
Yes.
You ever get homesick? You miss them a lot?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. You still call them and talk to them?
Yeah, sure.
How often?
Like once a week.
Once a week?
Okay, that's
How often do you talk to them?
I talk to them on the phone like twice a week.
Twice a week? Okay, that's not too bad.
In society, what are males looked at to do with their lives?
It's like American.
Just like
do.
America?
Yeah. They go college and they find a job
Okay.
and they earn money.
Yo, that sounds great. I'm all for that. Okay. So, in your society, what are males looked at to do with their lives?
They take care of families
Mm-hmm.
and
Do they go to school?
yeah, sure.
They go to school if they want to,
Mm-hmm.
and then they come out and get a job and take care of the family.
I think you're usually going to find a job after they graduate from.
Now, same question, but different. In society, what are females looked at to do with their lives?
We also go to college.
Go to
We
college.
also get a job after graduation and we also earn money.
So, males and females, same opportunities,
Yes.
same aspects. What they want to do with their lives.
Yes.
Okay. What are females? supposed to do?
It's quite different from different area.
Okay.
It in some province in south of China, the males they already just stay at home after they get married.
Mhm.
But in other city like my hometown, they still work after they get married.
Okay. Are you able to make all your decisions for yourself? And in other words, so anything you make, like college, boyfriends, what you want to do with your money, all your own decision, or is family, friends have influence, or how's that work?
It depends on different kind of parents. Like my parents, they allow me to do everything by myself and to make decision by myself. But for some families, I know, like especially for girls' family, their parents will require them to do some things.
That's not, and you obviously like that, making your own decisions, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I mean, you can do things that you want to do. Do you have any friends that are different to where their family makes all their decisions for them?
Yes.
And then so you actually can see like firsthand what it is. And what?
Like their parents will help them to make decision to find what kind of job and to find what kind of boyfriend like.
So that things are
And
made
then,
for them.
are you able to make your own decisions, like school? For an example, you made your own decision coming here,
Sure.
and everything you're doing, do your parents ever have like an impact on that or influence?
They encouraged me to make my decision.
So they encourage you, but you still make your own decision on what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and what kind of music do you listen to?
Pop music.
Pop music, and we listen to pop music here. And I asked you if you listened to like Kesha or Lady Gaga, and you said
I am not Lady Gaga fan.
you're not Lady Gaga though. Yeah, so that's different. So what was the group you said again that you listened to from America?
Adele.
Adele. She's really good. So that's a connection between the two. And
What music do you listen to?
I listen like all kinds of music, like pop, rock music.
Rock. And then you, what do you listen to? A rock band from here?
Like Linkin Park.
Linkin Park. Very good.
do you have any like ritual music in your home country, like for different holidays, like Christmas, New Year's? Is there any like particular music you guys listen to?
No.
No. So
No.
it's just regular music
Yes.
played at any time. So you would listen to pop music on Christmas and on New Year's.
No, we don't have a specific kind of music for each
Okay.
holiday. So
Is there is there music played around that holiday more that like involves the holiday? You know, like for
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
There are some musics like played more
Yeah.
around holiday
So
than
it-
others.
So if it involves like talking about New Year's and stuff,
Yes.
like happy, rejoice, and like they
Yeah.
play it around New Year's more. Okay,
Right.
see, so it's somewhat kind of similar along the lines.
So do you listen to any original music in your home country? Like I explained, like here for Christmas time, you turn on the radio, it's just always Christmas music playing.
Yeah, we have like in the Chinese New Year, there are a lot of songs about Chinese New Year everywhere.
Mm-hmm. So it's similar,
Yes.
just different things.
When it comes to dating in your culture, like I know you had mentioned, Stephen, that like some parents kind of like push you towards one way, but like is there differences in like do you just go out on a date by yourself or
Yeah, sure.
you just
By
go out with whoever
ourselves.
you want?
Yes, but only like in the university or like after 20 years.
So you have to be 20 before you start dating whoever you want.
We don't have to, but before 20, I believe, like in high school, our parents don't allow us to date.
What is dating like in
someone.
your culture? Kind of related to making your own decision again to who you want to date, or do your parents?
My parents, they don't push me to dating someone or something. They just want me to choose the one I like.
Mhm.
But I heard a lot of stories from my friends. Their parents push me to push them to dating with someone who their parents like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And not really them, but they'll grow on.
What are like the differences in like how a male and a female are supposed to act? Like there's a lot of things here, like like the man works and the female does a lot of like the motherly type
I
things.
think
Is it the
it
same?
depends on different people. But most of females, they do the same thing as males. So they also find a job, they also work, and they won't give up their works, even they have a baby.
So what are the differences in how males and females are supposed to act between the two? If you had to make a difference.
Usually a male like take care of whole families.
Mhm.
They work outside and support the
Mhm.
family. And the female is most of female like they doing
The inside job, like inside the house, the kids say,
Yeah.
and things like that. So you said the labor, the hard labor, would go towards the men,
yeah sure.
and and the less would go to the female inside, stuff like that.
What is your personal religious background?
Religion background.
Yeah, like do you have like
No.
Christianity, anything
No.
like that?
No.
In China, is there a normal like religious background or belief system that you follow?
We have some like Buddhism.
Buddhism?
Yeah, but not too much people. I mean, some people believe that.
But are there a lot of people that follow like Buddhism? Are there other religions in China also?
Yes, there are some, but I don't know how to say that in English, but there are some. But I think most of people don't follow that.
Most Americans associate China and Buddhism. Is this accurate?
No.
What religion is most popular in China?
I'm not sure but I know a lot of people they are Christianities.
Okay. How does your religion affect everyday life? Do you have one?
I don't have religion, but my parents and I read a lot of books about
Buddhism?
Buddhism, yes. The books impact me a lot.
Okay, how do they affect you?
It's like moral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are holidays different, like in China, than compared to here? Like Christmas is like a big deal. Like, do you guys celebrate Christmas? And, like, how would you celebrate that?
We have different important holidays in China, but the most festival. We do fireworks and family get together. Yeah, have a dinner.
Are there any other major holidays you guys celebrate?
Yes, like Mid-Autumn Festival.
So you do a lot of like festival type
Yes,
celebrations?
yes.
So that's pretty different than here, where we do like a lot of family celebrations.
What's the biggest holiday celebration in China?
It's Chinese New Year.
Chinese New Year? What happens during Chinese New Year?
Families will get together and have a very big dinner and celebrate like Christmas.
Are there any
and-
celebrations besides New Year's that are non-religious?
Yeah, sure. Like we got a lot of holidays. Like Labor
Do they
Day.
close down schools to celebrate these days, or do you still have classes?
No, we don't have classes during some holidays.
Okay, would you consider America or China to be more religious?
America.
One of the things that I thought was interesting was how the Chinese students said that they both had different pronunciations of all the names of the group members. For example, one of them said that my name was Duwan or something like that, and the other one said something completely different. And it was the same way for all the other members in our group too. Like their names didn't sound alike at all. Some of the differences that I thought was interesting was that they said that the school that they went to in China was about the same size as the one here in Finley. I just figured since China was so big that they would go to a school that was a lot bigger than Finley was too. Lastly, another big difference that I thought was interesting was how they both said that they were affected by the one-child restriction rule in China. Although this rule only affects about 35% of China, both of them said that they have no siblings because of this rule. I just think that it'd be sad not to be able to have a brother or sister.
What I found to be most interesting about China is the lack of religion that they have. I didn't realize really how little religion is used in China. Like they have Buddhism, Confucianism, Christianity, Islam. However, Buddhism and Confucianism are the most found, and they're not necessarily a religious following, but a way of life and morals and ethics. I also found it to be very interesting that how similar our two cultures are, especially in things like dating, family holidays, men and women having equal rights. So those were just a few things that I found to be interesting.